Good morning. I'm stuck at the stupid light that I hate so much. I'm decided to say hi. So for those of you who haven't seen How I Met Your Mother, they have this whole bits and things where they're like past versions of their characters. So they go, wow, like past me rocked or past me sucked and all this other stuff. And I have adapted that into my own life where I talk about past me as if it's her own person, which, you know, in a sense she is. But I have a new one to introduce today, and that is Asleep Juliana. Because Sleep Juliana was so mean last night. So for some reason, she kicked off like all of her blankets in the middle of the night. So I woke up freezing my butt off trying to find my blankets, and I could find only my top sheet, which like was enough to at least make me feel comfortable enough to fall back asleep. But then she came to a crossroads. Do we wake up to double check that we didn't oversleep, or do we just trust ourselves and go back to sleep? And she decided to wake up. And then awake Juliana said, no, we trust ourselves. We're not even opening our eyes to see how little sleep we're going to get between now and our alarm. So I tried to fall back asleep. I'm very tired. Also, it's below freezing here. So, and I woke up early to turn my car on so that it could defrost. So I treated myself to some Starbucks. I was gonna get a plain hot cocoa, but I ended out with a mocha instead. Yay, caffeine! I should have done a blonde mocha. Forgot that I'm not the biggest fan of Starbucks' espresso anymore. Especially because I don't have it anymore, so I can really taste it. You thought you were gonna be on my butt and annoy me. You have to catch up and keep up to do that, and you're not going to do that because you slow car. Sorry, there's a slow car as part of the reason why I missed the light, was he wanted to putz around in the passing lane, and I made it my displeasure very obvious, the fact that he was not going anywhere in the passing lane, and I could not pass on the right because there was a car that he was not passing. And when I got to the light, he got behind me, and I think it was so that he could keep up with me like I did him. And I'm like, oh no, honey, you're gonna have to go way faster than you feel comfortable doing in order to do that. Also, my hair just came undone. I forgot a hairband again today, so my hair gets to live in another knot. Yay. Also, I definitely think I'm going to change this whole, for lack of a better word, show to car thoughts. Like a play like shower thoughts. Because especially since I started doing this, I dance more than in the shower now than I do in my car sometimes. Unless I'm like not doing this. In which case, oh yeah, entire concert in my car, please and thank you. Have fun. So yeah. There was more I was gonna say. I'm hungry. I was complaining to my personal trainer last night. I was like, I only feel like I am ever eating anymore, and I hate it. Because before I worked out, I had a bagel with cream cheese and lox, because that's the only way to have a bagel. And it was an everything bagel. And I had an entire Indian dish and a third of a bag of popcorn, because I just split it with the boys. And I went to personal training. That was right after I got out of work, basically. And I was like, I'm starving. I feel like I haven't eaten all day. And I had my protein shake throughout the day, too. Like, what is going on? So then I went home. We had some bratwurst for dinner. love bratwurst. And was still hungry, and I ended up having a little bit of ice cream because I bought ice cream on an emotional night and ate part of it that night. And then I was like, you know what? I have it. I'm gonna eat it. Screw it. So I finished off my like little bit of ice cream that I had left. He goes, well, we can try to find something else to curb your hunger. And I was like, well, I can add more protein, Jake. And I have like snacks and stuff, but it's not doing anything. I feel like all I'm doing is eating. And then I was talking to my ex. Nothing's going on. It was my ex. We were friends. Just being friends. And he knew how little I ate. And like, even when I told my best friend this a while ago that it was like, no, you don't understand. I ate an entire Chipotle bowl with chips in one sitting. There were 5 bites left. The only reason there were 5 bites left is because I was like, oh my god, I ate this thing so fast, I'm gonna make myself sick. I mean, I didn't. I still had room for the 5 bites, but then also the boys needed me. So the 5 bites had to get put aside so I could go help the boys. But also an entire bag of chips. Like, in one sitting. Unheard of. I could probably go to Cracker Barrel or IHOP and probably finish an entire breakfast at this point. Also unheard of. But no, because my ex would know. Even when I got really hungry, I still wouldn't eat that much. And to a certain extent, that's still true. Like, I eat, and that's the other problem. And that's the thing that is really making me angry is I will eat till I feel like satisfied enough to like keep going with my day. And normally that is about 10 bites. Well, like, no, normally a bagel does actually do the trick in making me feel full. But then I get hungry really quickly afterwards, which like I kind of had before, and that's how my body would work. Was no, I wouldn't eat a lot during the meal. I was more of like a picker or a scavenger. Oh god, what's in my nose? Where I wouldn't like inhale my whole meal at once. Instead, I would like eat a quarter of my meal and be like, oh, I'm full, and then I would like wait a half an hour and go back and finish another quarter, be like, oh, I'm full, and then go back and, but now it's like dishes. Now it's like meals. I don't like it. Ooh, my hair's soft. Ooh, so soft. Sorry. Probably why it fell out of the stupid knot I put it in. Like now it's like, oh, I ate a meal, I'm full now. 30 minutes later, oh, I ate another meal, I'm full now. I'm trying to keep it all like calorie balanced and crap like that. We did arms yesterday. He's starting to challenge me more. He had to remind me. He goes, okay, we're going to do something new. And just a reminder, I wouldn't do anything that I don't think you'd be able to do. And I said, okay, now you're scaring me. And they have the really big machine, and they have the ties to the machine, so you can like do your rows and other stuff like that, but it's not tied to the weight, it's all body weight. And I've done my rows before where I'm laying backwards and like pulling myself up to the straps. Last night he had me do push-ups, so I was leaning forward through the straps. So I said, oh, that's fine, because if anything, I'll fall flat on my face, and I'm okay with that. And he goes, oh, okay, good. I was like, yeah, exactly. You made me really worried for a second there. And then we're doing another one, and I'm very short, and I was lifting the weights over my head behind the seat and back up. I'm very short, so the weights started getting stuck on the seat. Like, I couldn't go past the seat, and if I did go past the seat, I ran the risk of dropping the weight because I couldn't like get it over the seat per se. Like, it would get stuck on the back. So instead, I did this weird squat on the seat, which was actually worked out really nicely because it made me have to activate my abs more and get a little bit more of a workout. And it was comfier, like he said, because that's how he was sitting on the seat. Because we could always sit like this. And I said, yeah, but I feel like I'm going to fall. Because also the base of the seat well, like wobbles. We have a wobble, but it do fall down. Okay, well, I fall down. It doesn't fall down. But I did fall down. But like, gosh, diggly darn. Doop. Oh my god, the landfill has been smelling so bad the past couple of days. Like yesterday morning when it was so dark and so rainy and icky, I could barely tell where I was. Like, thank God for GPS, because I was like, I can just focus on the road and I don't really have to focus on like signs and figuring out where I am. But I also didn't have to do that because the second I started pulling up to the landfill, I smelt that I was pulling up to the landfill yesterday morning. I was like, oh my god, this is disgusting. Oh, no, I'm about to get the green light. Okay, I'm gonna have to tie my hair up later. Whee! I need to get a new pack of emergency hair bands in my purse. Oh man, dang it. So I'm trying to get my piercings. So I got my ears pierced when I was babies, like 6 months old. I don't know. I was babies. And the person did it unevenly. So I hate wearing earrings, especially anything that dangles, because it's very obvious that it's, to me, that it's uneven, because one sits there and like rubs against my neck and the other one's all floating around in space. So I've been trying to get them to heal. And when I talked to my piercer who did my redid my cartilage, I can't remember who first did my cartilage. Was that my mom? I think it was my mom. It's okay, my mom's a piercer too. She doesn't do it as much. But, and did my daith. And he was like, well, you could try to get it re-pierced and see if like that trauma will get it to open up enough to close again, or you can almost stretch it as if you're gonna get gauges, and then just don't get gauges. So tried the first one, didn't work, so I got small gauge trainy things to shove in my ears to stretch them out to get them to heal. And I forgot to put them in today, and I'm annoyed now. Anyways, I pulled up. I gotta go later, gators. Bye!